Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the afternoon cup of peas. So if you haven't shared it yet, please do so. That's what I was doing while the intro was playing. And let's just get in here and have a good time today. On Sunday afternoon, y'all know what we do on here. We chat, we love, we get some messages from the angels and spirit guides, and I have a special treat for you all today. So I forgot to have something in front of me to write down names so that I can get to you in the order that you are coming in. So let me do that now. Okay, we have Pat Moss, Tammy Fisk. Hello, darling. So Tammy. And as you come in, I'll just jot your name down so we can get messages for everybody. But first, let's go into our hearts. We just did a beautiful time of meditation together for 10 million for world peace. And I'm still a little elevated from that. So it doesn't take much to connect. You know, sometimes when we have a lot twirling around us and the chaos, it can be harder to go into the silence, into our hearts. But let's just stop and pause all of that, all the motion, everything that's happening, and just touch your heart center. Breathe in slowly. Calming everything, your body, your mind, the world around you. It'll keep moving, things will keep happening, but you don't have to be caught up in all of that twist and turn and swirl, do you? So we breathe in peace and we breathe in love. We add something so beautiful, maybe some memory, or just looking outside and seeing the beauty of this world. Just let it build, let it flow, and just be. That's the beauty of it, just be. All right, so how are we doing today? Kathy Hand, oh, I'm so glad that you got to get away and be in all that beauty, Kathy. Thank you for sharing the beauty of the mountains and the leaves. I was just in the mountains yesterday driving through Virginia. Well, I'll read the blog because you'll see what I mean. Kathy Caputo, hello, hello. Yes, so I've got to write down those names, Kathy Hand and our Kathy Caputo. So as you come in, just let me know you're here so I can get a message for you. And I'm going to read the blog, which is called Paradigm 2.0. When I hear somebody sigh, life is hard, I am always tempted to ask, compared to what? And that was Sidney J. Harris that said that. Today I took a drive through the most magnificent scenic mountain range in the eastern United States. Driving through the Appalachian Mountains and seeing the multitude of colorful trees just took my breath away. As I got deeper into Virginia, the colors became deeper reds, brighter yellows, and the mountainside came to life. When I arrived at my destination, the Peace Pentagon, I was in awe of the energy in the building and the grounds. I came away with the knowledge that something spectacular is happening in those Virginia mountains, something so God-inspired that it is beyond words. I went there with the intention of doing a land and water blessing, but it was I who was the one receiving the blessing. As I sat and spoke with Laura, the owner of the land and the buildings, I found a wonderful soul sister. The time passed, and it was evident that no formal ceremony was going to take place. The ceremony had happened on the inside of me, and it was beautiful. We will do the physical ceremony next month on a profound day, 11/11. Dear angels, shifts are happening at a fast pace and high intensity now. It is as though the earth has cracked open and new life has come forth. The world as we know it no longer exists. So many times we try to make the new world fit into the old mold, though. We cannot let go of old paradigms, and we drag our feet as the changes take place around us. Dear ones, what you refer to as the new earth paradigm is in progress. The old is ending, the new beginning. Those who are already awake to these changes will be there to help others when they are ready to listen. We have observed humans, and historically, you are slow to wake up and unite. However, these adversities can bring you together in this paradigm shift. You can assert your will for a beautiful future through your conscious intentions as a species. It is time now to shed the oppression that has prevented the paradigm shift. It is time to speak up for change that you desire. Let your voices be heard. Dear angels, today I promise to speak up and also to model the changes that I feel inside as our earth starts and enters a new beginning. Yeah, it is happening, and it's going to happen whether we consciously acknowledge it or not. It is happening. We're in the midst of it. So feel that. Feel into the energy of what's happening in the earth. Pat Moss sat in the woods today and listed all the things I was grateful for. I love that. You know, I was in those mountains yesterday, and just the quietness of the mountain, it's so profound. I'm telling you, there is nothing like sitting in stillness. There is nothing like going up to a tree, putting your hands on it, and talking to the tree, but more importantly, listening to that tree, listening to whatever message it's going to give out to us. So today, I'm going to get to the card readings. But first, I wanted to see if Kuan Yin had something for us. And today, I'm giving you a choice. You can either have a card from the beautiful deck that we always use on Sundays, the horse deck, or you can have a card from a message from Mary Magdalene Oracle. So, when I call your name, it's your choice of which one you want me to read for you. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Yes, I felt like that message that they gave last night was so beautiful. I had a wonderful conversation with Laura, who was the creator of the Peace Pentagon, and she was sharing with me that it was in the silence that she was hearing what to do. She was hearing to build that Pentagon and to create something there in Virginia that's so profound, and she has. It's still in progress. The inside is not complete yet, but I can see us, I can visualize a retreat there in that center, because it is going to be a retreat center. Good afternoon, Auntie Jean. Thank you for joining us. All right, so I hope someone has shared this into the messenger for our Cuppa family. I didn't share it there. I put it in the groups. So anyway, Kuan Yin says, moved by the call. Wild love of my own soul, I call upon you. I trust in the process of letting go and the wild loving life calling me to my divine destiny. I trust in my fearless spirit. Well, doesn't that just go right along with what the angels were saying as well? I love it when everything comes together and there's a collaborative energy between the angels, the ascended masters, and our loved ones, and nature. Nature speaks very loudly to us as well. You have problems getting on. Oh, I'm so sorry. I don't remember if I shared it to you in Messenger. I think I did. Okay, so Patmos, you get your message first. Do you want a card from this deck or the Mary Magdalene deck? See which one you prefer, and I'll see which one I fill into for you as well. I was thinking that, Patmos, just before you typed it, and I have chills. So it's obviously a profound message for you today from the horses. And let's see, Tammy, if you're still here, I hope you are. Tammy, you're up next. So go ahead and start deciding which deck you would like for me to read from for you. Okay. Patmos, what do you need to know, and what are the angels wanting to share with you? It is this one. Cradle the moon for you, Patmos. Today is a day to let your mind and body play. Dream the impossible. Frolic in the wonder of our world and the amazing you that you are. Kick your heels to the sky and hurtle over those small life moments that worry you. You will clear these with ease. For you have the protection of the horses and the crescent of the moon peacefully cradled in your arms. The horses carry you forward and land you into the unknown. Yet you are safe and exactly on the path you should be. Feel the grounded essence of the crescent moon. Trust in the journey before you. Yesterday up here the sky was so blue and so clear, and in the middle of the day that moon was shining bright up in the sky. And I thought, how interesting that it's a bright sky, a bright day, and yet that moon was really coming through. And it is not a full moon. It's not. It won't be for, I think, another week or so. But this message for you of cradling that moon, no matter what it looks like, it feels like this is a cosmic message for you to really tune in to not what's happening in the 3D world for you, because that's just transient anyway. That's not going to last. It's not going to be here forever. You're going to move on into the spirit realm at some point. So focus more on that energy, the energy of the cosmos, the energy of how you connect in with your spirit being, instead of all the worries and the anxieties in the world. So I hope you resonate with that, and what a beautiful message. So when you see that moon up in the sky, just connect. Just say, what do I need to know? Grandmother Moon, speak to me. Tell me something. So beautiful. Oh, you're so welcome. So Tammy, I think I saw that you wanted a horse message. Yes, I certainly will. And Kathy Hand, you are after Tammy. Auntie Jean says, Messenger won't let me in and don't understand the message about something not being checked. I don't know, but we're seeing your message, so we know that you are here with us. And Catherine Kovacs has arrived, so let me put her on here. And Kathy Hand says, love my pony cards. I do keep the one you pull for me in my journal for the week. I know, I knew that you did that. All right, so Tammy, let us see what the horses want to say and the angels speaking through those horse messages. What do you need to know at this time? And I feel the need to ask, what does Tammy need to know for her best and highest good? Okay. Well, that was interesting. The card just picked you. So let me see what you get. It is Healing in Heart Space. I do love this card. That's such a perfect heart. And I see that horse really guiding you, and more than guiding, is protecting you. So let's see what the message is. Healing in Heart Space. The energy of heart is powerful, flowing and filled with love. Its warm embrace surrounds you today. Feel her beauty lift you and lighten the world around you. Okay, so they're doing some cleaning and some clearing. Let's try that again. Feel her beauty lift you and lighten the world around you, sending healing strength that moves freely throughout your body. Let her breathe love into the depth of your soul, providing solace and peace. Hear the harmonious song gifted by the universe, sweet notes delivering love, healing thoughts and belief in you. Live into this power. Live into this healing. Live into this love. She is there for you. You have this special guide. That's what they were showing me. And I'm just, as I looked up, I can see the sky from this room that I'm sitting in. And this beautiful cloud in the shape of an angel is right up above me right now. So there's an angel guiding you. And I'm just asking if you need to know this angel's name or anything about the angel. I hear Angel Grace. Angel Grace is leading you right now into this heart space. So connect with her. Connect with your special angel that's protecting and also opening you up and helping you to see the beauty inside of you, helping you to see the strength in you. So she's asking you to accept that healing that's coming from her and just allow, accept, align, allow. You're so welcome, Tammy. All right, so Kathy, I'm hearing that you want the pony card because I know that that you keep this so you can focus on it and let it speak to you through the week. And then Kathy Caputo, you are next, and Kathy wants a Mary card. Awesome. Okay, so what does Kathy Hand need to know at this time for her best and highest good? Oh, I will definitely get to you, Auntie Jean. You're after Kathy. All right, so Kathy Hand. You know, I love this card so much because I see the contrast. If you look at it, you can see shadows. You can see the similarity of the rider and the horse, and how they're, as you look at it, they're one. The rider and the horse are just one in unity. So your message, Kathy, is guidance from above. Look skyward and feel the love feed your body and embrace your soul. For a higher source has come to guide you today. Open your heart and ask, what am I to know? For this all-knowing higher source shines a light, brings wisdom, and leads you to your path of destiny. Trust where the light takes you. Consider the lessons to be learned in each step along the way, for there are no accidents, only a magical, mystical journey of your life, supported in the love and wonder of the powerful spiritual guidance. Honor, listen, love. It is a beautiful card. I love all of the the contrast in this card. And I feel like it's guiding you, Kathy, to really look at the shadows, to see that bright light that's up there, the light that's guiding you along the journey, but also look below, look at the shadows, there they are, and ask that question, what am I to know? So that's for you this week to journal on and to really ask that question and see what Spirit wants to tell you that they want you to pay attention to right now. It is a beautiful card, and I hope you can relate to that message. Something just bit me. I'm not sure what that was. Okay, so we are moving to Kathy Caputo, who asked for a Mary Magdalene card. I spotted these cards. They're not my cards, but I'm borrowing them. And I just spotted them a few days ago. And the first time I pulled a card for myself, it was so profound to me and so spot on. So let's see what it has to say for you, Mama Hada Bear. Oh, you're so welcome, Kathy Hand. All right, so what's the message for Kathleen Caputo from our Mary Magdalene? You know, Mary has really been stepping up the game recently, and she's helping us. If you heard the angel message from last night about the new paradigm and what's happening with the shifting of the energy, Mary, I feel like, has really risen up for us during this time to help us. Oh, there you go. There's your card. But she's risen up to help us in what we need to move forward in that energy. So your card is faith, hope, and love endure, and it's the cross. I am anchored in love. So Kathy Caputo, I am anchored in love. And I love this message for you. You are anchored in love. You're all about love. And I'm going to just see what comes forth. The cross. Okay, I'm trying to find it. There it is, the cross. It is believed that after crossing the Mediterranean Sea, Mary Magdalene landed in what is now Saint Marie de la Mer in the south of France. This is why Mary Magdalene is associated with the Guardian's Cross that originates in this coastal region of France. It contains a traditional cross at the top, a heart in the middle, and an anchor at its base. This triune composition refers to 1 Corinthians 13:13. Faith, hope, and love endure. These three, but the greatest of these is love. That is one of my favorite writings from the scriptures. The greatest of these is love, and the reason for that is because love is what's everlasting. Love is what does endure. It's what we connect with here on earth because that's what we're made of. And so we keep looking and we keep searching for that love in all of these things that happen, all the experiences, all the people. So the greatest of these is love. Christ instructs us in Mary's gospel, become content at heart, while also remaining discontent and disobedient. Indeed, become contented and agreeable only in the presence of that other image of nature. Anyone with 2 ears capable of hearing should listen. So it reminds me of the 4 agreements. The 4 agreements are so beautiful. This was something that came forth from Don Miguel Ruiz. But after those 4 agreements, there was one added in. And that one that was added in was to be skeptical but open. And I feel like that's that same message, and that's your message too, Kathy, to be skeptical but open. And being skeptical is not a bad thing. It's asking about what's showing up for us and not just going by blind faith, not just saying, okay, I'll take your word for it, but seeing, does that really resonate inside of me? So that's the faith and the hope part, and then let love guide you. So I love this message. I love these cards. And so thank you for letting me pull one from it for you. And Blue Jean just arrived. So Kathy Caputo, I hope that was a good message for you and that you can resonate with it. We are going now to Auntie Jean, who wants a horse card. I did too. I love the image of that, and I love that they explained what that was all about. Faith, hope, and love. The greatest of these is love. So back to the horses. Back to the horses we go. What does Auntie Jean know, or need to know for her best and highest good? A horse for my sister. Yes, indeed. Do you see little Auntie Jean riding up on a horse? Because I do. I can see that image right now before I even pull the card. I see the rider and moving almost like she's floating through the air right now. So, okay. So what you get, of course it is, it's a rider on a horse. So, I mean, you can't make this stuff up, right? It's entering the sacred forest. A rider wrapped in a striped blanket moves almost silently on a dark horse entering the sacred forest. The trees form a living cathedral. The birds sing their delicate songs as the horse walks. The Great Spirit feels nearby. The time before you is sacred, a place of introspection. Pay attention to the learnings that can be found here, for you are in an important place of growth. Watch for messages to your soul in the birds, the trees, and the gleaming light as it penetrates the branches. Are there patterns to see, voices to new paths, visions to new paths? The answers lie in your heart. Just listen. Oh my gosh, it feels like the meditation that Spirit led today for 10 million for world peace, doesn't it? To go into that quietness, that stillness, and let nature speak to you, let Spirit speak to you. So you are entering a time, is what it is saying, of introspection and just allowing the messages to flow to you. So I think for you, Auntie Jean, it's entering that sacred forest every day. Every day, go into the stillness, go into the quietness, and allow the messages to come forth for you. And Blue sees you on a pony, and he has flowers in his mouth. I love that. Jean says, Mary is with us during this time because we are facing challenges similar to what she and Mother Mary went through after Jesus' crucifixion. Yeah, I think so for sure. She knows what's going on in our world and in our hearts. And so it is a time for us to connect in with her more fully for that guidance. And Blue says, Faye, I come to our forest, contemplate and play, light of your inner way. Yes, indeed. So Catherine Kovacs, which do you prefer, Catherine? Do you want a card from the horses or a card from Mary Magdalene? So you tell me and I'll pull one for you. And then Blue, same thing. You're after Catherine. So what do you prefer today? A horse card or a Mary Magdalene card? Catherine wants a horse. Okay. Let's see what Catherine needs to know for her best and highest good. Oh, well, welcome to you from France. We're so glad that you came in to join us this afternoon. And let me know if you want a card for guidance. Oh, you're going to let me pick? Okay. Well, I also wanted to write down Joanne Castrillo's name because I spoke to her earlier, and I promised her that I would pull a card even if she doesn't get to join in with the broadcast. All right, so Catherine Kovacs, your card is the Fire of Passion. This card came up for somebody last week. I'm not sure who it was. In passion, our hearts lead the way, making the impossible possible. With light and brilliance abound, passion unleashes your soul's deepest desires. Be fully in love with your world today. Live wildly in your passions. Allow your body to dance freely to the beautiful, spiraling, and uplifting energy that passion creates. The colors of passion stream from your world to others, gifting new possibilities in their path as well as your own, for passion is contagious. This exponentially growing and spiraling flow of energy makes our world a better place. It shifts the global consciousness toward empowerment and fulfillment, making a difference to many. As it starts with you today, merely play in your passion, whatever it may be. Catherine, I know you've been doing a lot of play lately. You've been really getting out there and enjoying things in life. And I feel like there's an energy of creativity happening. So what are you creating today? What's speaking to you and coming from that passion inside of you? Whether it's just picking up a pencil and writing down things, or some form of art, or maybe just going to the seashore and sitting there and listening to the waves. Whatever it is, just be and let the passion come forth from you. So I hope you resonate with that, Catherine, and I resonate with it. I feel like there's a lot of passion right now rising up because there's a lot of shifts and changes, and that's what the angels wrote about last night, was this new paradigm shift that's happening. It's not going to happen. We're in the midst of it. Auntie Jean says, I love that card. Nature really speaks to me. Thank you, Terry and Angels in Blue, for your beautiful picture of me on a pony. I have to ride a pony because my legs are short. Well, we could get you a ladder and let you get up on the horse, Jean. There's always a way. Oh, and what did you say, Blue? Someone from France. Yes. And it's Rosetta. Mary Magdalene is calling them. I think so. I think I'll do a Mary Magdalene card, if that's okay with you, Rosetta. So right now, we have a message for our Blue. And what is Blue's message? We're going to go to the horses. I just feel that Blue is so involved in the horse energy. It's really guiding you. It is your guide. And I see you as a beautiful horse. I see you really not just bonding and connecting with Dolly and the other horses that you're around, but I see you becoming that horse in your spirit, in your energy, and this one just really popped out of there for you. And yeah, I can see this even in the card as I look at it, the two horses becoming one. See that? You only see one set of legs, and there's two horses in the picture. So you are moving in your energy into the energy of horse. And this is called Sisters of the Sun. Shoulder to shoulder, heart to heart, the power of partnership lifts the light of possibilities to new horizons. Aligned in passion, this culmination of gifts spirals to great heights and gracefully touches all those around you. You certainly do. Visions of tomorrow are given new life in the illumination and power of the sun. Share in each other's creativity, passion, and capabilities, bringing your own dynamic gifts to add to the flowing waters of abundance. Bask in the warmth of this shared illumination and let the divine compass of life guide your direction together. For in shared passion, all is possible. Boy, that word keeps coming up, doesn't it? Passion and sharing. And Blue, you just inspire all of us. That is the horse energy. And we all are sisters of the sun. Do you feel that connection? It's so beautiful. And I see someone that came in to join us. Grace Isis, oh my gosh. What a delight to have you here. Thank you for coming in. And Annie 7. Annie Banani, hello, hello on this Sunday afternoon. Oh, I certainly will pull a card for you, Rosetta. And Blue says, that makes sense to me. I have always been a horse. The Fae are laughing. The guides are laughing. Duh, they say to me. You have always been a horse. Yeah, very strong, very powerful. Joanne Castrillo is not here at the moment, but I'm going to see what message comes through for our Joanne, because I just really feel like that's important to have a message for her today. And it is the rhythm of synchronicity. Boy, what a powerful card. Look at all of the energy going on in this card. All right, the rhythm of synchronicity. Lines of synchronicity enter our worlds each day. People walk into our world with new ideas, in new relationship, in perfect timing. Nature swirls motion around us with birds in flight, wildlife passing through, flowers blooming, and weather always in change. Is there a message to hear? Take time today to consider the possibilities. Open your heart to the synchronicity of life. Are the sequence of happenings reflecting your deepest emotions? Or are there new ideas to explore? Participate in life in active awareness, fully in tune to the rhythm around you. Follow where you are drawn, letting your intuition be your guide. For synchronicity is at play today, and you only need to listen. Listen. You know, those two things, passion and listening, those have been huge as far as messages today. So for Joanne, I'm getting to really tap in to that silence, tap into what's happening around you, and to just allow yourself to go into that space of, like Kathy's card said, what do I need to know? What do I need to know in this moment? What do I need to know going forward? And then just allow. All right, so we have a few more to get to, and Rosetta, you are next. Our new friend from France. Thank you for being with us. And for some reason, I find your video direct. It should be a coincidence. There are no coincidences and there's no accidents. You're here on purpose. You were guided here. And I'm going to pull a Mary Magdalene card for you and see what guidance there is to give. I don't know if you're anywhere near the area where Mary lived there in France, but I know there's a huge draw for people right now to be in that energy and to see what Mary is saying to us. We don't have to physically be there. We can be there in our minds. But maybe if you can get to that area, then there's something there to behold. And your message from Mary Magdalene is the sixth power. The body never lies. Okay, so let's see what that means in the translation. The sixth power. I'm not familiar with this book, so I'm having a hard time sometimes even finding where it's at. So bear with me, please, as we get you that message. And I want to see what your question was also. That's interesting. Oh, there it is, the sixth power, the body. The body, if we know how to listen, has ancient wisdom that extends back far beyond our own individual lives, as if the life lessons of our ancestors are encoded in the blood, a mystery woven into the molecules of light that we each are, an ever-evolving hope that we can keep moving forward with the story of what it means to be human. The body never lies. Its whispers can be subtle to many. Its wisdom can be lost to those who wish only to control the body, superimposing what the ego wants, those inexhaustible, unconscious requests which are often louder than the soul. We often feel convinced that it's safer to just keep doing what we've always done. What's in motion wants to stay in motion, whether it's drinking a lot, working out too much, or constantly sitting on the couch binge-watching TV. This is the power of that, centuries later, is referred to as a sloth. It's a fear, I think, of having a living, breathing, moment-to-moment relationship with the body. When we are held captive to the sixth power, the fear of our own humanity, our own vulnerability, and our own mortality is so loud that we can't hear the way the soul is constantly speaking to us from within the body. When we can own and deeply accept that we are also this body, we get to experience the bliss of the other half of what it means to be human, the soul. When we can have a living, breathing, moment-to-moment relationship with the body that is based in love, not in fear, we can respect the body and trust the body. So your meditation is, sorry, Magi, come here. Your meditation is, beloved body, what is needed in this moment? So that's what your card and the angels are telling you to focus on. What do you need in this moment? I'm sorry. Try to calm her down for a moment. This is Magi, for those of you who haven't met her yet. And I feel like that message was touching her as well. And the energy that was coming from it, because I was feeling it so strongly in my heart. I want to just put the card up there again. The sixth power. What a beautiful message to really feel into what is your body saying and really connecting in with the body so that you can allow yourself then to connect in with your soul. So, Rosetta, I feel my body, something through my body, so magic. It is. Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for being with us today. I love the rose. And do you see the rose, the roses in this card? This was the card that was meant for you to hear today. And with you being in France and Mary Magdalene, it's like there's no coincidence. This was all just so divinely led. And Brookie, hello, hello. All right, settle down, little one. Okay, Grace Isis. Oh, let me shut the door. Hang on. No, calm down. Calm down. She wanted to make her presence known today. Okay, so Gracie, which one would you prefer? Do you want a Mary Magdalene card or do you want our normal deck? I'm only going to have the Mary Magdalene cards this week and next Sunday. So what do you prefer, Gracie? And let me scroll down to find what it is. Brookie, I'm writing your name down, and Jennifer joined. Hello, sweet Jennifer. Okay, who came home? I'm not sure. Oh, you have a dog too. Awesome. I love dog energy. Jean says, Mary Magdalene very much believes in accepting both our spiritual and human body, the vessel through which the divine speaks. Yeah, absolutely. And Gracie wants a Mary Magdalene card also. And Blue says, that was amazing to share with Rosetta. Thank you for coming so we could have that experience. Yeah, you were here not just for you, Rosetta, but for all of us to be blessed with that message. All right, so Gracie, what does Spirit want you to know for your best and highest good today? Oh, thank you, Rosetta. How beautiful. Beautiful of you to be with us. Julie Kiss, hello, hello. Okay, so Annie Banani, you are after Grace Isis. Danielle, hello, hello. So Annie, which card do you prefer? Do you want a Mary Magdalene card or do you want the horse card? I'm only going to have this deck, like I said. I'm borrowing it from the people who I'm house sitting for, Bob and Noel, who are in Costa Rica, having a beautiful time at a retreat they're running down there. So let's see what the cards want to say to our Grace Isis. Ooh, Gracie. Oh my gosh, this card is really touching me for some reason. It is freedom. I am called here to be free. Look at the image on this card, you guys. I am called here to be free. I can't wait to see what this message is and why it has 5:13 on there. I think that's probably referring to a scripture. Freedom. I am called here to be free. This is it. This is the mountaintop, the ultimate place to reach. This moment, this exalted state of just being fully here, right now, in this breath, in this body, this is what we worked so hard for, freedom. And this is what makes freedom so powerful. It is not dependent on anything outside of us. It doesn't arrive because of a single event or a singular person in our life, no matter how significant. Freedom comes from within. So we can experience freedom even in the midst of the most tremendous pain or the most stressful circumstances. Freedom is not bound to anything that's temporary. Freedom is the glorious inner state of peace we can reach when we've unbound ourselves from all the egoic states that confine our perception. Freedom feels like a blank slate, a wide expanse, a universe of possibility suddenly opening up from within. Freedom is our birthright. Christ reminds us in Galatians 5:13, "Remember, friends, to you the call came to give you freedom." So your meditation, Gracie, what does freedom feel like for me in this moment? Gracie, I love this card for you, and I feel like this is something you have been struggling with. So it's there for you to explore now. Explore what it feels like. Explore if you are on the top of a mountain, and I'm being reminded, Grace, of Mount Greylock in Massachusetts, when you were on the top of the mountain with myself and Aunt Mary Lou, and we were standing up there on the top of that mountain with fog surrounding us. Everywhere we looked, there was fog, except in that very spot where we stood doing a land blessing. And I remember that day like it was yesterday. And I remember your energy and your face and how that touched you, to see how miracles just show up when we allow and when we show up for ourselves. So Gracie, freedom for you, my dear. So let me know if that resonates. 513. Yep, there's something magic about those numbers for you. It was an amazing card. Okay, so where are we going? Annie Banani, which card would you like? Let me see if you've already told me. I love these cards. May have to eventually break down and get myself a set of them. And Annie, I don't see a comment, so please let me know which card you would like. And Brookie, I already see your comment that you'd like a Mary Magdalene card when I get to you. Annie wants a Mary Magdalene card. I love that you all love these because the energy of them is so powerful, and it's because her energy is so powerful right now. Danielle, we love you, sweet one. Thank you for being with us today. Oh my gosh. I opened up that Pandora box, didn't I, Blue? She's still twisting my arm, you know. We'll see what happens. Okay, well, that card happened to be backwards in the deck and pointed that out to me, so I think this is for you, Annie. I know this is for you. Sacred worth. I am worthy of love. Oh my gosh, are you ever? Sweet Annie, what a magical message for you. I am worthy of love. I love that card. And Joanne just arrived. Joanne, you just missed your message, but I will send you a picture of the card that came out for you. All right, so Annie, sacred worth. Worth is not earned or given. Worth is claimed. What's so elusive about worth is that it's easy to forget it has nothing to do with anyone or anything outside of us. Our worth is inherent. Does that sound familiar? Do you remember Gracie's card about freedom? And it said basically the same thing. Freedom is not about anything outside of ourselves. It's what's in here. So the same thing with our worth. It's what's in here. One of the most profound lessons I've acquired on this path of love, Mary Magdalene inspires, is to understand that my voice That quiet, unassuming voice of love inside me is worthy of being believed, not because of any master's degrees I've accumulated or scholarship and writing I've accomplished, but simply because that voice of love is mine. This is reason enough to know it's worthy of belief. At the end of Mary's Gospel, after she reveals the secret teachings Christ gave to her, several of the male disciples don't believe her. She is questioned and disbelieved, especially by the Apostle Peter. Levi alone comes to Mary's defense by saying, "If the Savior considered her to be worthy, who are you to disregard her? For he knew her completely and loved her steadfastly." And I think we can all take that to heart, can't we? When we start judging or criticizing others and disbelieving in them and seeing them as less than, who are we to do that? We are not here to judge anybody. And so in that alone, we can see that we are worthy. I love that. So your meditation, what helps me to remember that I am worthy of love? What helps me to remember that I am worthy of love? Annie, I hope that resonates with you today, and I feel it resonating inside of me as well. So I think that's something we all can focus on. What helps us to remember? And for me, it's remembering I'm spirit, remembering who I am, remembering my magnificence. Thank you for being here, Annie. And Blue says, yes, a perfectly timed card for Annie Banani. Claim it. I love that. Okay, so we're up to Brookie, who also wanted a Mary Magdalene card, and Jennifer. Let me know what you want, and Julie, please let me know as well what you would like. Blue says, Annie, you are a precious daughter of the divine. You are loved. You certainly are. And Gracie says, I receive the energy guidance with joyous exuberance. Accept, align, and allow. Hi ho, it's inwards off we go, and smiles and love to freedom. Absolutely, I loved your message, Gracie. I love it for all of us as well. All right, so where did I go? Brookie with the Mary Magdalene card. I'm loving this time together with you all today. It's going to be a little bit longer because I've still got 2 more after Brookie, 3 more. I have to pull one for me to see if I'm going to Massachusetts, right? I know you're laughing, Blue. I know you're seeking the fae on me. And Julie wants a Mary Magdalene. Okay. So Jennifer, I'm just waiting to hear your choice. And let me pull Brookie's card out. What does Brookie need to know for her best and highest good? For her and sweet Max and darling Dylan. And woo. Okay, this is interesting. So Brookie, 2 cards came forth. And I believe that they go together, and I think I'm supposed to give both of them to you. Interesting. Which one first? This one. The rose. So the rose just kind of popped out of the deck for you, but I had already had another card in my hand. So that card is the red thread. So let's see what these cards are saying and why there were 2 of them. The red thread says good recognizes good. So the rose. I trust divine timing. So much of our lives, for many of us, is focused on what happens outside of us. on what we do or produce. And what we produce or earn or accumulate is then linked to a sense of self-worth, a sense of purpose, and even a sense of status or importance in the world. What we have forgotten is the majesty of what cannot be seen or quantified. We have forgotten about cultivating a capacity to love and be loved. We have forgotten that tending to the essence of who we are is our most important occupation. We have forgotten that the most powerful contribution we can ever offer is not actually something we can point to outside of us, sell, market, or frame and put up on the wall as a picture. The most powerful contribution we have to offer the world is the love we become. So your meditation for that one is, what can I trust is unfolding in its own divine timing? That was the rose message. Everything comes from within, which is really a summary of all the cards, all the messages that have come today, whether from the horse deck or the Mary Magdalene deck. It's saying everything comes from within. Our self-worth, our power, our freedom, our love, it's all inside. It's not anything that you can look at on the outside. So I want to see what this red thread one is all about, because that intrigues me. Good recognizes good. It's hard to remember what we have never been taught. It takes trusting our own intuition, our own heart. It takes learning how to listen to what the soul whispers to us when we can get still enough, free enough from the distracting chaos of our everyday life. It's a mystery to me what allows us to remember the good, and I trust it always will be. Remember, it's blood memory. Maybe it's encoded somewhere in the soul or in the heart of what it means to be human. Good recognizes good. I was first given a red thread by a shaman. When I saw her the first time, the only accurate way to describe it is that I recognized her. I remembered her. But I couldn't possibly know or grasp now or from when, and that wasn't the point of the recognition. The point was to strengthen my own trust in myself, because my intuition, my soul, had led me to her. The red thread is about remembering the good within ourselves and each other, and the red thread is about recognizing those who are walking with us to remind us that we are here together to be the good. It's worn on the left wrist, the feminine side of the body, to acknowledge that it's the feminine within each of us that receives spirit from within. The red thread is for those of us who are devoted to returning again and again to the heart, who listen to what the heart knows, and then do whatever we can to put that knowing into action. Mary Magdalene anointed Christ before he was crucified. Mary made anointing the most sacred ritual in the Christian tradition. Mary was given secret teachings from Christ because his love for her was extraordinary. Mary's gospel was buried and forgotten for millennia. This is why I wear the red thread. It's hard to remember something you have never been taught, but I do this in memory of her. I do this because the good can never be lost. Well, I'm a-thinking that we're going to get some red thread, aren't we? I think I am. And I've done it before. I knew that it was about remembering our power within, remembering our self-worth, remembering the love inside of us. So Brookie, thank you for being here, for allowing us to share this message that came to you from Mary Magdalene. And it feels very emotional, doesn't it? I'm feeling emotional with it. So yeah, I think I'm going out and getting some red thread today, maybe making my own red bracelet to wear on that left wrist. So yeah, a red thread. Anybody else want to do that with me? Let's do it. Just type a yes in there if you want to get a red thread and wrap around your left wrist. And let's honor that power within each of us. And Blue says, well, sweet shaman Brookie, here is your answer, warrior girl, to so much. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I hear some yeses there. Grace Isis, red thread, yes. And Julie, yes. All right. Blue is going to put a red thread around her left wrist. I am so excited. I really am. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm excited because I feel like this is a way for us to journey inward, to really do that. And, you know, we're all so connected that when one of us does it, we all feel it. But just think of the power with all of us doing it at the same time. I love that. Thank you, Brookie, for being here today. And Jennifer wanted a Mary Magdalene card, and so did Julie. So I'm going to do those two. And I think this red thread card was for me. I really do. So I'm not going to pull an additional card. I'm going to take that one because I got so emotional with it, and I knew it was my message. So any of us who want to take it, take that message and wrap that red thread around your left wrist. And let's become the powerful warriors that we are. So for Jennifer, what does Mary want you to know, and what is for your best and highest good right now? It is the fifth power. The fifth power, I am a body and a soul. Absolutely. And merging that together, as we were saying earlier, I think, who got the body card? So, that was Rosetta that got the body card. So the fifth power says, this is what it means to be human. We forget we are not only this body, we are not only those fears and desires the ego conjures, we are also equally and entirely a soul. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Kathleen, for being here. We are both, but we forget. And this is not a punishment. This is not due to some defect or weakness in what it means to be human. The fact that we forget again and again about the other half of who we are is always and in every circumstance and opportunity. Every time we can remember, as in bring back together the eternal half of who we are with the human aspect of our nature, we practice what it means to be a true human being. A true human being, according to the Gospel of Mary, is anyone who tries, imperfectly but consistently, to be both human self and their soul. This, for me, is what Mary is describing in her Gospel when she says, in a world I was set loose from a world, and in a type from a type which is above, and from the chain of forgetfulness which exists in time. I love this. So your meditation, what helps me remember that I am also a soul? Jennifer, I love that card for you. So beautiful. Just remember that it's not all about the human body, and it's not all about the soul. It's the merging of the two. It's the complete you. Oh, thank you, Annie, for being here. We've got one more to go, and then we're going to do our Sunday song and do our prayers. So let me put that up there in the messages for you all. If you have anything you want to add to our prayer list, this is your time to type it in and let us know that we can lift you up or lift a loved one up, or even your part of the world where you're at. If there's something going on there, or anything going on in the world, just let me know that that's something you want us to add to our prayer list. Auntie Jean says, when I was volunteering in the Bhutanese temple, when people from India or other countries came in and would show them around and talk to them before they left, they would tie a red thread on my left wrist. It happened often. I love the idea. Oh, me too, Auntie Jean. I just get chills every time I even think of doing it. So it's going to be powerful. I'm going to go out today and get some red thread and see what happens. So the last message is for Julie Kiss, and it is a Mary Magdalene card. Thank you for letting me play with these today. They're so powerful, and these messages are for all of us. They're not just for one person. You're the one that's requesting the message, but as you know, we are all one. We are all so connected through love. So, for you, darling, the first will be the last, and the last will be the first, the Alpha and Omega. Every ending is a new beginning. What an amazing card, isn't it? The Alpha and Omega. Okay, so let's see what the interpretation says about all of that. Christ's parable of the vineyard workers describes a man who arrives in a vineyard late in the day, and yet he's given the same amount of pay for his brief labor as those who have been hard at work since dawn. Christ explains that in the world to come, or in the world that already exists invisibly within this one, those who are last shall be first, and the first last. This doesn't seem fair, though, or just. And that's precisely what the parable is meant to do. It's meant to get us all caught up in our ego so that we can release it. If we really focus on what's fair, according to the ego, we get tied up in feeling as if we've been cheated or betrayed. This comes from the ego's fear that there's only so much treasure to go around. That lack mentality, right? We think this laborer, who only just showed up as the work was almost over, will take from what we would have received. According to the ego, what others get, we miss out on. There isn't a concept of plenty, only lack and scarcity. The ego can't conceive of an unconditional love that isn't concerned with what's fair when it comes to who can receive it. The treasure is for everyone who shows up, whether we've only just started the work now or we've been laboring in the name of love for our entire lives. Love is here for all of us, equally. Love operates on a system that's limitless, and this feels entirely unfair to the ego. And when we realize this, that the last shall be first, and the first last, the ego is released. And what had felt like a painful betrayal or an unjust situation expands into something new. We can revel in the unreasonable abundance of love. The Alpha is the first letter in the Greek alphabet, and the Omega is the last. So this is the practice, to keep releasing the ego, which means having massive amounts of mercy on ourselves and others. We keep reaching the Omega point so we can rise again, which means starting over, going back to the beginning, humble, human, more merciful, more in love. And that, my friends, was what the angel message from the blog that I write from them every day was all about. New beginnings, a new paradigm. The earth cracking open and not being what it used to be, and us still trying to fit the old into the new. Doesn't work. So go with the new. Go with what's opening up inside of you, and go with releasing that egoic thought that there's not going to be enough for all of us. Lose that lack mentality. Lose the thought that if I get something, you're not going to be able to get it. Go into the energy that it's unconditional, It's limitless, and it's freely given to us. So Julie, thank you. Thank you, thank you for being here and for helping us all to receive from that message that came forth for you and for all of us. The first will be the last, and the last first. Beautiful messages, absolutely beautiful messages today. Thank you all. Thank you for coming in, for sharing with me and letting me share some insights with you. I love you so much. And yes, Julie, it certainly was. It certainly was your card in blue. Holy smokes, another huge card. Yes. Oh, Auntie Jean, you're so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you all for your love. Thank you for your support of the Peace on Earth tour, which is ongoing and moving powerfully forward as we enter into looking at how we can make this a world that works for everyone. And we do that through the love and the peace in our own hearts as we share out together. So if you have a prayer request, please put it in there. And I'm going to find our Sunday afternoon song, or Sunday come to meeting song, as Kathy Hand calls it. And while the song is playing, just remember that we're all one. And remember that as we look up, we're actually looking into each other's eyes. Just allow that. So the song is How to Come to Inner Peace Through Coming to the Water. And you came to the water today. You came here, not by accident. You came here on purpose. So let me get this where I can share it with you all. And just go into your hearts. Jean, I received the card of, where was it? The red thread. That was my card. I took that as my own because I had super chills on top of chills. And so yeah, that one was for me, definitely. All right, so here we go.
Come to the water where you will find peace. Take a step into the river. Get down on your knees. Come to the mountain. Well, take it in the view. You will find that life is greater than you knew. When you go through the storm, I will hold you, keep you warm. When you stay in the night, I will shelter, I will fight, I will fight. Oh, you're broken and you're shattered at the point of no return. You pick up the pieces and you let the bridges burn. So come to the water, you're sailing with the breeze. Take a step into the river where you will find peace. When you go through the storm, I will hold you, keep you warm. When you stay in the night, I will shelter, I will fight. Oh yeah, I So come to the water where you will find peace. Take a step into the river and get down on your knees.
Come to the water. That's what you did today. Thank you for doing so. I want to end today, before we give out our love to each other, with this message. Those friendships that you develop in life are your soul group. Each one brings you closer to your enlightened state. That is from the Tiny Book of Angel Messages. They just wanted me to share that with you before we end, with loving each other. So y'all know what to do. And if you don't, I'll put it up on the screen for you. We share love and gratitude with each other every day. And we do it with these words. Thank you. I love you. So our Leo is ready and revved up and wanting to share with us that message. That it's all about love, right? AAA, accept, align, and allow. Come on, come on. Gracie, I'm so glad you were with us today. Do we have dancing dogs, Jean? Because mine is not dancing. She's kind of sacked out back there. I don't know if y'all can see her. There she is. There's little Magi. Say hello. Say hello to the peas. Oh, she's going to yawn at you. Oh, they're staring at you. Well, then I guess you must take them outside. It's a beautiful day here. I'm getting ready to go out myself and do some errands and pick up my red thread. So don't forget, you guys, we're doing that together. Thank you. I love you. Cuppa full of joy. Share that joy today. Share it with somebody with your smile. Marietta says, Spirit magnifies incredible loving energy. I know, she is so jealous. She does not like me being online with you guys. Accept, align, allow. AAA, y'all. Cuppa full of joy. Find that joy. Go into your heart. Remember. She's being silly now. Are you being silly? Are you trying to hide? Magi. Magi. Are you trying to hide? Woo! Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for your love. Stay in your hearts and stay blessed. I've so enjoyed this time together. I'll see you back on the morning show tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. I know I'm not going to let her hide. I'm bringing her out so y'all can see her. So have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you so much. Namaste, y'all.